Welcome to the video for EEE360 Lab02, the watt meter. For this lab, we're going to be using various components of the hardware lab. First, we'll be using the power supply. We'll be also using the resistive load. The AC ammeter will also be used, as well as the AC voltmeter. And finally, we'll also be using the single-phase watt meter. Here's a close-up of the single-phase watt meter. On the left side we have the inputs, and on the right side we have the outputs. It's important to note that the inputs, the voltage, and the current measurements are connected internally through the inputs. And again, the right side, this is where the outputs are. In order to do the reading, you read it directly off of the watt meter. You can read it right there off the analog scale. And now we're ready to make all of the connections. We'll first start by connecting the variable AC power supply to the single-phase watt meter. We'll also connect the neutral of the power supply to the neutral input of the single-phase watt meter. Now we're going to connect the output of the single-phase watt meter through an ammeter. And we're going to go from the ammeter to the resistive load. We're going to connect the other end of the resistor to the neutral point of the output of the single-phase watt meter. Finally, we're going to check the voltage and monitor the voltage across the resistive load. Now we have successfully made all of the connections. Now we're ready to energize our circuit. We'll first turn on the power supply, and then adjust for 120 volts across the resistor. Now that we have the voltage set, let's take a close look at all of our measurements. Here we can see that our voltage reading is exactly 120 volts. Here's a close-up of the current measurement. We're looking at the top scale, so we can see that the current reading is about 0.68 amps. Here's a close-up of the single-phase watt meter. We can see that each one of the dark marks is worth 50 watts. That means that each one of the small increments is worth 10 watts. This measurement is 60 watts. And now, students, it is your chance to take a look at single-phase power by using a single-phase watt meter. Please follow all of the instructions as outlined in your laboratory manual.